Hi everyone, welcome to this video about building number sense using dot images and groupitizing. I've had quite a few conversations about this in the last few weeks, and so I thought I'd share a video about this to help share the learning that I've had about it. Last week, I was lucky enough to attend a workshop run by Dr. Joe Bowler, who talked about groupitizing, and I thought it was a really fascinating concept. So we can, as humans, naturally know how many is in a group without having to count up to 4 objects. Once we get past 4 objects in a group, we have to start doing something which is now known as groupitizing. So this is based on the work by Bruce Candless, and basically in a group of larger than 4, we have to start figuring out what groups there are. So we sort of subitize within the groups. In her book Mathish, Jo Bowler talks about the fact that this is really important in predicting how well children become as mathematicians and their achievements in state tests, and also can change the outcomes of low-income households. So the best way for me to show you this is through a number talk from Sherry Parish's book. These number talks are the quickest way to build equity in your classroom. They promote flexibility, accuracy, and efficiency within our mathematicians. Each number talk has usually 3 parts to it, and you'll see how we build up the idea of groupitizing through it. The format is quite simple. All you do is ask, how many dots do you see? And how do you see them? You need to flash it up for a short amount of time, so you do have to warn the children. Usually I have a blank slide afterwards. So here we go. How many dots do you see? How do you see them? And you start the conversation. They may say they see 5 individual dots, or you might find out they just see a line of dots. So let's move on to the next one. How many dots do you see? How do you see them? And now you're thinking in terms of groupitizing, because we're going to start delving into what I call the fiveness of 5. What does 5 contain? So we start to look here that you might see a group of 4 and 1 by itself. Children might see a group of 2 or a group of 3. There's going to be all kinds of ways. And you already might be going, well, I don't see it like that. And that's great. Then we build up to this last one here. How many dots do you see? How do you see them? And already you're starting to visualize probably the groups within them. You're already groupitizing. So these number dot talks are amazing for building flexibility, number conservation, the idea that even if you scramble around the amount of dots you still have the same number. That's an important concept for children to maintain. Number recognition, and also this idea that we have multiple perspectives around number. There's just not one way to do something. With Joe, we were shown this one here. How many dots do you see? How do you see them? And with a room full of adults, we started coming up with a load of them. And you'll see that Joe even began to sort of articulate the equations that we said went alongside them. This is really low floor, high ceiling, because you can see that already you're starting to get order of operations as people start to use brackets and different operations within that to get across their thinking. So I'm going to close this by inviting you to tell me, how many dots do you see and how do you see them? Thanks for watching.